Hey everybody! So this week is 4th of July, and with 4th of July come a few specific challenges for kids and adults with behavioral learning, socialization, and developmental challenges. These challenges actually can be for a lot of people, not even with those types of challenges in their life, but it can be particularly important to really think about and do some preparation with your practice members who have kids period, and especially who have kids that maybe struggle in some of these areas, or if you're a parent, for yourself to really prepare for this week. So whether you're a parent listening to this or whether you're a doctor listening to this, I want to give you a few things to think about as we move into a holiday weekend, and especially one that's kind of loud, potentially, and has a few different variables. So one of the things that we know that can increase anxiety and stress is a lack of prediction, right? A lack of prediction, so an inability to really predict what's going to come, and therefore a lack of control of your environment now and in the future. That can really elicit an anxiety response. The other thing that is really common and really pertains to this holiday in particular is increased sensory demand. Increased demand in a sensory way, meaning more touch, more sound, more textures, more moving parts, more things to process, more demands being placed on an individual in a sensory way. So let's think about this. We're moving into a weekend where we might have parties, we might have get-togethers, we might have new routines, different routines. I know we've kind of been living in that way for the most part the last several months, or with different changes in routines, but we're moving into a weekend where you would think that, and a lot of parents think, hey, this is a really fun holiday, so why would my kid be stressed, or why would I be stressed? Why would I have more anxiety, which might evoke different behaviors, stimming, pushback, behaviors that look like, just bad behaviors, that kind of stuff. Why would I see more of that when we're going into an exciting time? Well, the reason for that is because even if it's exciting, it's still a lot of lack of prediction, lack of control, and increased sensory demand. So what do we need to do about that? One, we need you to work with your kids, work with your parents in your practice for their kids to create some prediction. So even if you don't know the exact schedule, I want you to do the best you can to create like a storyboard, a visual storyboard, if possible. If your kids or yourself, you're older and you want to do it in lists or in a calendar, you can, but I really recommend, even if you think it's a little bit immature for the age of your child, I really recommend that you try to do it in pictures. And there's a lot of reason for that. But I want you to create as much prediction over the weekend, and then each day on its own, when you get up and start the day, take a little time to create, visit that storyboard and create some prediction, and then build in some control. Hey, we're going to go to the lake and we're going to go on the boat. Which bathing suit do you want to wear? Which snacks of these snacks do you want to pick to bring? So give some prediction, give some control. Also understand that with the heightened increased sensory demand of fireworks and unpredictable noises, maybe different textures, wearing tight swimming suit, different clothes, getting in the water, feeling the water, whatever it is that you do on this holiday, eating watermelon and it's sticky all over your face, understand that can increase, it does increase sensory demand and can increase stress, can increase deflective behavior. So if you see that, I recommend that you, one, look at it through this light, that you might not just be having a kid who's, pushing back because they're being defiant. They may actually be struggling. And so what I recommend is you build in some sort of focused break where you say to your child beforehand, before you go into the events or the weekend and each day, maybe before the party, you talk about it again, like, hey, if you're feeling overwhelmed or you're feeling like you're having behaviors or having these things, let's, have our safe place be like, let's go to the car for 5 minutes, or let's put your headphones on and listen to music for 5 minutes, or whatever it is that tends to meet your child or yourself where you are. Maybe it's go for one walk around the block, and let them know this is what we can expect. This is how we can control when we're feeling heightened. And then when you see that they're starting to have those behaviors, having pushback, having sensory challenges, whatever it is for your child or yourself, that deflection looks like when demand is heightened, I want you to go back to that and say, hey, nonchalantly, not in an embarrassing way, depending on the age, that all matters how you approach this. Say, hey, let's go for that walk, because you had already predicted that this would be the thing. This isn't a bad thing. They're not in trouble. They're not getting punished at this point. This is the thing that you had planned. There's a control, and it gives them that ability to feed their brain in the way that they need to calm things, to change demand, so then they can hopefully enter back into that scenario. So hopefully those are some really great tips for you. There's definitely brain-based tips that give you more as a practitioner, as a parent, as a spouse, maybe for yourself, give you more information about, look, all behaviors, there's a reason behind all of them. There are no purposeless behaviors, and we just have to know, how do we best support and advocate and move through different changes and specifically different routines when they may be actually causing some challenges. Have a great 4th of July. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your family. And remember, no purposeless behaviors.